What is up, dudes? Yeah, maybe I need to turn down my mic a little bit. I moved it a little closer so it'd be a little less echoey tonight. But it looks like everything's going all right. How's everybody else doing? I see some people made it back after last night. Is everyone as hungover as we probably are? That turned into quite the little party over here. I think we went pretty long too. Didn't we end up being on till about 11, I think? Me and Ben did before Otis took off. So, whew. I think I got some of the issues sorted out that I was talking about with the Some of the software stuff we'll find out. Rick shows the puking face. Yeah. That's how I felt this morning. I didn't have to be up too early. The first thing I had today was at 10 o'clock. So I actually got up at like 9, had a slow breakfast, a cup of coffee. So, yeah. Yeah. So, and it was good. Like I had a bunch, as I say in the description of this video. Hey, Jay Dandy. I had I was shooting video this evening, so didn't feel as bad about having a slow start because I worked till about 7 o'clock. So, yeah, so Erin told me that she actually did like the super sticker thing, which I've never done one of those, and it didn't work. And so that's why she was saying I owed her $3, but Google or YouTube, the same thing now, but I actually refunded her today. So there was the problem on those was not with me or what I was doing. The super chats actually worked in the chat. It was my third-party software that wasn't doing what it was supposed to at the right time, which is weird. There's some weird thing too where I have like it shows the subscribers on screen right now. Earlier today that was showing a higher number, so now I'm wondering if. But the chat's working fine, so it's I don't know, hard to know. Like I said, I'm new to this. Yesterday was the last time, so keep getting those kinks ironed out, and like I said, customize it more and make it look a little cooler. I did with like the super chats and stuff. Now it's supposed to actually read them out loud, and I popped in some quick graphics out of graphics I made, just the stuff, the industrial gravel stuff. But eventually, it'd be cool to make it something more interesting. So, yeah, is anyone posting what they've been sipping on today? Yeah, GF refund. She Venmo'd me. She Venmo requested me for the money she spent that didn't work. But then she told me today not to pay it because YouTube gave her money back. So, let's see. Pudgy Pedal Pusher has French Toast Devil Dog Oatmeal Stout. That's an interesting one. Hey, what's up, William? And then the Technicolor Hat Citrus IPA, which I love. Actually, they had that again tonight at the drive-thru, and I would have got it, but I think in my more hungover state, like a stout sounded better. If I drank too much the night before and I want to have a beer the next day, another IPA usually doesn't sound good. So not quite hair of the dog, something a little different. So you guys just drinking water then? Those of you who were here last night partying a little too much? No, water, tea. See. Cool. Just making sure everything's. Yeah, then if you guys are in the Discord, did my bot drop a link yet? Let's see what happens. Got a super chat with a cat. I'm sure there'd be a delay, but. Making you guys spend your. Oh, there we go. No, there we go. Just took a minute. Yeah. I centered that logo real well, huh? I guess I got to do a little work on that. Rick posted a photo of what. Hey, what's up, Brodford? Ah, cool. Well, it is working now. That's awesome. And thanks for the $1. Yeah, like I said, I just like to know the stuff works. It's, you know. Did you guys also, if you're not in the, I will drop the Discord link. If you're not in there, join us over there. Basically, like we said, it's just a glorified message board, but it's fun to be able to chat like that. There it is. That's where we're pulling, if you're new, that's where we're pulling the pictures from. Everyone could share what they're up to. And then the cool thing over there is now, I had some last night, but I've made more. You could upload 50, up to 50 custom emojis. And so we've been making them, I've been making them that have, now there we go. Bailey's and coffee, nice. So I've done ones that are VGNO for our virtual guys night out. We got the Blue Moon, we got Aaron's cats, we got Aaron, we got Ben. So yeah, we've got these custom emojis that we could use that are pretty fun. We'll keep making them. If you guys want to send any pictures, or maybe I can make some with your guys' bikes or your face if you want to drop a face photo in the Discord. So I also realized, oh, that was weird how the swipe. I think only I could make the emojis, but if you wanted to make one and send it to me, I could upload it. I realized after I started making some, I was making them square, and now I realized you could actually use PNGs with a transparent layer. So if that means anything to you, if you do any design work or photography work, you'll know what that is. So like with the one I just posted of Aaron, which go click over there yourself, it won't show up as well for me, but right in here, you could see that it's transparent background, so it's actually like an emoji instead of just the square of like my earlier one. So I think I'll go back and fix all those now that I know how to do it. Blue Moon, your favorite? Broadford was here Broadford started the Blue Moon conversation, the Rehoboth bar. So what else do we got? Ford's drinking a Cape May wit, Belgian style wheat ale. Pretty much a Blue Moon, or what Blue Moon is a knockoff of, with coriander and orange. I love wits. I don't drink them that much in the winter. They're kind of like a springish beer, but I'm blurry. Huh. It's showing me being all right. Yeah, that was, but you was just saying that it was an epic night. We were zooming around Rehoboth Beach on Google Maps, a whole beach conversation. William's drinking a Corona seltzer. Everyone's making seltzers now. Even the craft breweries all have seltzers now. Ben saying he wants to rewatch the video from the Blue Moon night where VGNO started Virtual Guys Night Out. Yeah, I don't know if I could handle watching that one. Like I said, I do glance at them all right after I upload them. Like right after this, I'll go and like see what the audio was like, so I could make a note or two if something was weird or went, was strange. But yeah, it's weird for me to try and watch myself do this, as you could imagine. I do like like I said before too, the idea of having the chat on screen. So if anyone watches it later or wants to watch it in full screen, sometimes it replays the chat, sometimes it doesn't, because I trim off that intro, and when I trim it, sometimes it then removes the chat and it warns me about that. But yeah, not blurry now, a little blurry last night though. Yeah, blurry in two ways last night. Yeah, must be your side. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube is warning me that the stream quality is just a little low, but I have it open on another browser tab and it looks all right here, but that's always so hard to say what's going on at different ends with that stuff. Oh, there's the Discord. Yeah. Yeah, last night I think I was saying it, last night did get a little blurry and hazy, but I'm using my older 5D4, which focuses really good. Like it grabs my face, and you can see even if I do this, it's not going to zoom over to something more in front of it. It still knows the face is there. But with Otis being more centered, it still has that, it's going to go to the easier thing to focus on, where the R5 will just, my newer one, when I use it as the webcam, will just pin itself to anything I do. It's amazing. Just the autofocus is something that I never thought I would see. It's just gotten so good. It actually just, when I'm looking through the back, it's putting a box just around the eye, and I can move all the way back across there, and it would just be tracking me. And if I turn around, it'll just switch to to my head. It's really that good. One of the first ones of these streams, when it was just me and Pudgy Pedal Pusher in here, when I just got it, we ended up, I was talking about that camera for like an hour because it was new, and I was blown away. I'm still blown away by it. But that was the first time Erin, my girlfriend, popped in one of the live streams, And the next day when I talked to her on the phone, she was like, man, your live streams are really boring. And so, but again, that was just me and two camera guys who both have Canon cameras nerding out. And I think the other Ben was in there for a while, Large Marge, but it was like, it was totally different. We didn't have people in here actually chatting or sharing photos or anything like that. So yeah, it's a little, not quite as boring now. I don't think we put her to sleep as fast. You know, she made it to almost 10 o'clock last night. Yeah, like I said, the early streams, it was like, I still have some notes if I want to talk about something or bring something up, but that's all it was me just trying to like, I'm going to try and do this for an hour to learn how to do it. So, yeah, it's way easier when there's actual conversation going on and way more fun. But, oh yeah, I did want to show too, we were talking about the e-bikes last night. Oh, there she is. What's up, Aaron? Yeah, but we were talking. Who's he? This is Matt Summit Perry's, and he was talking about his cargo e-bike, but he couldn't find a photo, but he posted one after. So that is pretty cool. And then he said he would take the kids to where's the actual bike pics? Yeah, that he was actually taking his kids to school on it in the morning, but he never took a picture because mornings and everyone was pretty annoyed by that. But that's pretty cool. Look at that. I mean, that would be so fun to haul stuff around instead of getting in the car. Yeah. What did Aaron say? And I love you even though you're sleepy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ben put up a photo of his bike too on the which trail? I recognize that. That's the is that out there by like between London and Xenia? It's got to be. That's the section that mentally kills me, Aaron, and Akron Ben. Yeah, I can't wait till it looks like that outside again though. It's summer. I was watching. I should have saved a link to him, but there's a guy who commented on a couple of my videos, and he's down in Florida, and he just posted a 3-part series of bike packing on the Suncoast Trail, and between London and South Charleston for that picture Ben said. Yeah, he's Follow Thomas. I should pop it up there, but I'm watching his videos, and it's, you know, I think it's almost like this time of year could be kind of like desert temperatures down there because he gets up and it could be cold, but then middle of the day it was like hitting 80s and stuff. But it had me so hyped to get out there and go, like, to be able to bike pack and bike tour. I know, as Pedal Pusher says, he will still do it in the winter, but not me. Not multi-day. Maybe an overnighter. That would be a goal, but. Yeah, watching this guy's videos is really, I'm like, man, I just cannot wait. I'll drop a link to his stuff in here because see if I can find him. He just kind of, it's one person kind of talking to the camera, explaining where he's going. There it is. Yeah, if you want some summer inspiration. Yeah, Foul Thomas. He's in Florida, but he has an accent. I don't know if maybe German or something like that, but doesn't matter. Just that's another thing that's become nice, like with the community, is someone who's interested in the same stuff as me, you know, follows the YouTube channel, then I go and check it out if they make similar kind of videos, see a different part of the world and what they're doing, or different part of the country in this case. It's kind of cool. And he also did, which I didn't know was rideable, and I can't remember if I talked about this, he did a ride through the Florida Keys, and there's actually, most of the Florida Keys, there's at least enough of a shoulder and some of its bike path. And I did that drive in 2007, and I guess I probably wouldn't have been thinking about that at the time, but that would be kind of a cool trip to do. I think you definitely want to do it winter, late fall, early spring. You wouldn't want to do that in the summer because It'd be so exposed on all those long bridges and causeways. Says we should go down to South Carolina one winter and ride some of the trails in Florida and South Carolina. Yeah, it isn't. Who's in the chat that's just moving to Carolina, or is it to Virginia? I don't have my cheat sheet out tonight to remember where everyone's from because, as I always say, I forget lots of things. I mean, they all stick in there somewhere, but attaching them all together doesn't work out too well for me. There's I don't know if I could do a Blue Moon version of a pumpkin beer. I bet that would be pretty sugary. Aaron, are you going to give us a super sticker again? See if it works tonight? Virginia. C. Stanton. Yeah, Virginia. That's right. Oh, your parents retired to South Carolina, just north of Savannah. Okay. I've never spent any considerable time in Georgia at all. We've always passed through it on the way to Florida. I have cousins outside of Orlando and Sanford, but then done no bike riding. I think I brought this up no, maybe not because that was a while ago. I had got hired for a gig last spring. It was going to be a week, all expenses paid, and it was a big convention for, that was a corporate convention for an international corporation where people were coming in from, well, internationally, obviously. And all expenses paid. It was about 6 to 7 hours of work a day at my rate. Aaron super chatted. Thanks, Aaron. I think you could put a message in there when you do that too. I mean, it's too late now, but that's what the emoji is, right? Huh. But yeah, so I would have, and it was did I say it was in Orlando, Florida? So my cousins would have been about a half an hour away. I think their town, Sanford, is kind of like Akron is to Cleveland or something like that. And so I was like so excited. I'm like, wow, this is totally good money. Everything's paid for. The flight is paid for. And then I was going to talk to the people. I'm like, can I just change my flight home to be like a couple days later? Because then I could have went down and seen my family, rode my bike a little bit. And this happened. It was supposed to happen the beginning of April. So the pandemic hit. The whole entire thing got canceled. And so I was out an awesome, basically free vacation, and I was going to get paid a good chunk of money. And like you said, when you get paid for something like that, it's even better when all expenses are paid because then you're not even spending the money out of that. So it's basically, yeah. Anyways, in the grand scheme of all the things that have gone wrong, that's pretty minor of my issue, but that was like a pretty sweet gig that I didn't get to do. Hey, what's up, Dave? How you doing, man? Dave Daly is one of our local riding buddies up here, but now I can't even remember the last time I've seen Dave in person. He works for the Metro Parks and actually makes videos for them, which are worth checking out, especially his Bowelflex videos. They're very informative and they'll get your heart pumping. Can we drop a Metro Park video in here? Why do the Metro Parks, Dave, have their comments turned off? Why can't I comment on those YouTube videos? It drives me crazy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, man, you guys got to get this homepage together. I mean, how about there should be a whole Dave Daly section in here, not just one long running list. I don't know if I could actually play it. Would I get a copyright infringement for that? Bowelflex. I don't actually know how it's spelled. Dave is going to have to chime in with this. I can't remember unless I could find it on here. Well, not exactly, like I said, not exactly organized. There should be a whole Dave Daly section. That was a while ago. That was right at the beginning. Oh, these are 2 years ago. Or did they take it down? No, there we go. Balo Flex. I'm going to stop at the risk of copyright infringement, but am I volunteering my service as a YouTube consultant? I've already given some advice, like when you talk about the branches on the tree, to maybe show the branches on the tree. It would just be a helpful thing to do. Oh yeah, Dave jumped in there. Balo Flex. Yeah. Oh, Jay Danny, you're doing a road apple. Nice. We'll see you out there. Training tips? Yeah. If you don't have a trainer, just ride as much as you can this winter. Get out there when you can. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a race, but it's a ride. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I just go as fast. I try to ride it hard, but I'm not like competing against anybody but myself, just trying to put in a good effort. But definitely just see if you can get as many miles in as you can leading up into it. And it does start off with a couple decent hills within like the first 2 miles. So at the day of the ride, you definitely, before it actually starts, want to do some just like loops around Garrettsville, right there in town and down some of the residential streets just to get yourself warmed up. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about any kind of specific training. I would just try and get the miles in that you can. PPP. Oh, it took me a second to realize what Erin says she's planning on winning. So, and Erin's doing what is the full length? It's 42 miles for Road Apple. We've got the course, I think, in our meetup section. Yeah, the whole thing too with Road Apple is the time of year it is. You have no idea. I mean, it's hard to know what the weather's going to be too. It could be anything. So definitely, I don't know how much outdoor winter riding you do, but be prepared for any kind of temperature and definitely test out different levels of, where you're comfortable, what you're comfortable wearing when you are exerting yourself. Because you don't want it up too warm, and you probably don't want to be carrying a lot of extra if you do want to try and go fairly hard. So definitely playing around with your with what your kit, whatever kit. I can't think of a different word. Your outfit. I am tired from last night still, but yeah. So Road Apple. Let's see what the 45. So the long one is 45. So. Oh, they did. They updated the website. Let me pop this up here. They didn't have this up here before. And I was wondering about that. So they are going to do a wave start. They're not going to do a mass start, which I'm happy about. Because like I've talked about, I've been keeping my bubble really, really small. They don't talk about, they capped it at 400 riders. And like they say, it's a fondo, not a race, but a lot of cyclists are competitive. So a lot of people take everything as a race, which is fine. They don't say anything about the after party yet, which, though, like I've already said, and me and Aaron and Ben have said, we're not going to be hanging out in the. I wouldn't hang out in that bar after, anyways. It's a bummer. But if they have a little patio, and if we get our free beer and chili and sit outside for a little bit, that's totally cool. Like I said, it gets so tired of saying, of course, everything's different this year, but everything's different this year. But yeah, I'm glad to see they're doing a wave start. That's kind of a relief. My plan was just to be all masked up and everything until we got spread out a little bit on the course. So, whoops, that was the intro. William says his lady called his kid a uniform. Yeah, I like that. Do a lot of bow flex leading up to it. Nice. Yeah, just go to the Summit Metro Parks page. Yeah, follow along with some of Dave Daly's routines, and you'll be golden. Yeah, last year, and again, I know we've talked about this, but it was leaving here. I went and picked up Ben, and it was icy. It was like scary driving over to his house, and then we got out to Garrettsville, which is in the car half an hour, and it was fine. It was great. Like it was chilly, but I don't mind that. I think it wasn't cold. It was low 30s, but I was really worried about it being icy. And that's the same thing I'm always going to be worried about. I just don't want it to snow a bunch the night before. Or if it snows, I'd rather have it come down like crazy. Then I would just bring my Trek with the studded tires and be like, this is the kind of ride it's going to be. It's going to be a long, struggling day. Oh, sorry, traveling through way back up there. I missed you guys. I missed you. The Florida Keys over the Seas Heritage Trail. I rode the Keys a couple years ago in January. Super easy to ride trail and big shoulders. That seems like it'd be beautiful. I would want my cameras with me and everything. Yeah, like I said, I did watch that Follow Thomas's video that I dropped the link to, but that would be a cool way to bike pack for sure. End up in Key West, and there's a campground right on the outskirts of Key West that I stayed at when I drove there. So get back down here to where we are in the comments now. Uniform is American, kit is European. Yeah, kit. I think I get kit, like, 'cause what GCN and those guys, they call everything kit. Do I know what PRD is? It's a known thing on the Berm Peak channel. No, I don't know what PRD is. If you drop a link, well, I might let you drop a link in the Discord if you can. Oh, look at Ben got some swag in the mail, Tyson. Ooh, a couple good pieces of swag. Nice. You got Terry B's Hotline shirt, which has the that logo. Oh, the White Claw. Is that the White Claw logo? White Claw. Is that right? Help me out, guys. And then one of my shirts, Brad. Pre-ride dump. Oh. Well, like I've said before, I did run a number of 4 or 5 half marathons, and yeah, that kind of timing is always a big deal. It's nerve-wracking, and if you've been to any kind of foot race, marathon event, the porta potties are lined up everywhere, and yeah, you're trying to time yourself not to be caught in line too late, but it is what it is, right? No laws when you're drinking claws. Oh, you're saying that the start line, the little the belly nerves probably gets everything moving too. Yeah. Drop grams. Yeah, I want to travel lighter. I was this is a number of years ago, but I was going for I think just a PR, not even like the KOM or anything, just out for a ride. And it was a steep hill, just one of the steep Akron hills around here, so not long, but pretty steep. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, I should drink the rest of my water so I don't have to carry that weight up the hill. And as I started to put it to my mouth, I'm like, wait, that doesn't change the equation at all. I needed to do, now I know, like, not that amount of water is going to affect my climbing either. I don't know why I was thinking this at the time, but of course, like how you see the pros like dump the water bottles out really before something like that. But my concept of drinking it to change the overall volume or the weight on my bike is pretty funny, pretty stupid. But oh man. Oh yeah, I did want to show the Where are we at in the... Oh, in the buy-sell trade section. Yeah, we were talking about this, the element bolt that Ricardo had put up here. He said he wants to sell it to offset the price of his Roam, and he's looking for 150, which is a good deal. And so I do want a cycling computer at some point. I don't want my smartphone out on my handlebars. You know what I mean? One, I don't want to wear down the battery in that way, especially on longer trips. But I want something to do directions. But it's funny because I start reading about the Roam, and two of you said you bought the Roam, and then you read about it, and it's like that's kind of way more suited towards my needs too. Because for me, it wouldn't be performance. I don't have a power meter. I don't ride with a heart rate monitor. It would be a lot of the mapping type stuff would be my reason for using it. But again, that's a good deal, and I think Ben said he uses that. Let's see, large Marge, Ben. Yeah, I definitely need to make that upgrade and get that at some point. How Lanky, you're using a Garmin Edge Explorer? Nice. Yeah, like I said, I've done minimal research on these. I know I want something I don't think I'd want a touchscreen like I've seen Decline talk about that. Then raindrops and stuff like that, and weather is more of an effect. Yeah, so Ben's saying Bolt is more day trip race, Roam is more adventure, which makes me think the Roam would be more suited to me, but if it means I could save some money by buying a used Bolt, that would make sense too. Yeah, gotcha, Ben. Yeah. If anyone else wants to jump in there and snap that up right now, go for it. Don't hold out on my account. For me, I don't, it's more... I'm not as worried about it till springtime. That's when I kind of want to get in and get it. I do want to get a computer, but yeah, William says when you have a computer, you don't kill your phone battery. Yeah, so it'd be that dual purpose of one. I mean, these things now are way more expensive than the computers are. I mean, I just really don't want my $1,200 phone sitting out there. Plus, then these have trouble in the weather. When I've been riding in the cold, especially with my last one, which was the iPhone 10, it would die so fast, getting really cold. And the heat has affected some of my phones too. So sitting out there. Let's see, Ben says he's ridden through the Bolt through thunderstorms with no issues. They're fairly water resistant. Yeah, see, that's the point for a bike computer. One, save your phone battery, not have your expensive phone sitting out on your handlebars. And then, yeah, I definitely want one. Just a matter of when I pull the trigger. I'm trying to build a computer a real computer right now. So I'm spending a lot of money this year already on tech. So it's hard to justify another expense. But again, like I said, it'd be more of a springtime purchase anyways, probably if I hold off. But that does look like a pretty good deal. You said cold eats the Wahoo batteries too. Can you plug them in USB-C or just through a power bank can they be powered while they're running, I guess is what I'm trying to ask. If you have it on the bars and you ran along or whatever their charging cable happens to be, whether it's USB-C or micro USB, can you power them while they're working? I'd be curious to know because... with my phone, a lot of times, if I'm wearing a jersey or whatever, I'll plug it into the battery, the power bank while I'm riding, so it's charging while it's working. You can. I got to do a cold line video since I'm rocking the evening routine. Yeah. Nice. I think I did do a cold line, Ben. I think our last video of me and you riding to the Rubber Bowl and everything is pretty much a cold line. I should do that just to troll Terry B. It'd be really funny to use his logo with the same kind of analog look, but make it like a blue cold line and just do a cold line. We should do that. Did you see that link I dropped, Ben, to the video about the... Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, you commented on it. Ben just got his GoPro Hero 9, what, yesterday or 2 days ago? Yeah, just yesterday. But a guy I follow more for like video editing type stuff just got that new lens that you could put on the 9. And I've watched other videos about it, but it really drove home how crazy good the stabilization what the max mod is. I mean, he's walking, spinning the camera 360 while he's walking, and it just stays completely smooth and level. It's just next level nut stuff. But Rick asked what I use for video hard drive storage. I actually use Samsung T7s. I have them plugged in through the USB-C external drives to the computer right now. I have a bigger WD element that's like a, what is it, 10 terabyte, which is my backup drive where the backup stuff goes. I need a better memory system, especially when I build the new computer, and then I'll be able to shoot my Canons in 4K, and I'm going to need to figure out a much better system. Oh, Lanky has a Hero Max coming. Nice. That's the 360, right? Oh yeah, the Hero Max is the 360 camera. I'm interested in 360 cameras because I love the idea of being able to use any angle you want, and some of the stuff you could do such cool things, but the workflow seems like kind of a pain. So you have to do a lot before you could just even get it into whatever your editor is, Premiere Pro, Final Cut. And I love the idea of 360 cameras, but I also don't know if I have the time for that kind of workflow, being that I'm editing video for a living and photography at the same time. Oh, opted for the 360 instead of a drone. Oh, yeah, it'd be awesome for skiing, yeah, and mountain biking. I don't think I'd be mad about it. It's just a workflow thing for me at this point. The footage when you do it, I mean, when you go through and edit them, is so cool. Yeah, SSDs, Rick, definitely SSDs. Yeah. Yeah, the camera stitches it, but you don't want to just post 360 footage. You want to use it so you're the one controlling the perspective, in my opinion anyways. The editing of 360 footage is what makes it is the best benefit of it. I mean, you could use some 360 stuff, but to turn it into a flat 16:9 video and then to pan around is what I think really sets them apart and will make the footage really cool and the videos really engaging. I know that's why a lot of people like the Insta360 because, and I don't know if the GoPro does it, but you could pull it up on the app and you could actually pan around and it will record that and it'll make the video that way. And then you could take that footage, drop it into your editor. Yeah, I'll be really interested to see what your results are, Lanky, when you get it and how it goes. And I hope you make a video about how it is to use it, because if it's a little easier than I think, then I would be very interested in doing it myself. Yeah. Yeah, and drones aren't very practical for filming yourself. I have it for work related stuff and I've used it in some of my videos. Usually it's because I'm doing something work related and I rode there on my bike, so I already have it, so I'll put it up and get some drone footage. But yeah, drones aren't like a practical way because it's completely taking away from your enjoyment of the ride. You have to be really then, and specifically I'm making a video mode, which isn't as much like what I like to do. Like, the last video I posted of me and Ben going to the Rubber Bowl and all that, me filming that almost didn't affect our ride at all because I just have the camera. I pull it out when I see something interesting, you know what I mean? A drone is, you're flying a drone, you're you're not just out riding your bike anymore and stuff like that. So it really changes stuff. I mean, they're amazing. You're not going to get that kind of look anywhere else, but that's for people who are making a living on YouTube to bring those things around all the time, not for someone who wants to enjoy themselves riding their bike and just post some videos because you like to post videos, So, yeah, I think the 360 camera is a way better option to invest in. Oh, yeah, and like you were saying, the killer for him is you can't fly the drones anywhere you would want to. Yeah, I mean, you have to be, like I said, the industrial gravel thing, it's a good place to be able to fly a drone, but you can't fly a drone in the national parks. You can't fly a drone in the metro parks. So mountain biking is out. The towpath is out for most areas. So it really does have to be off the beaten path. Yeah, downtown, the thing with downtowns that is interesting, and this is how I get around it. If you've seen some of the footage that I've done of the murals, you're allowed to climb office buildings, which is really weird. And when I say climb, you're allowed to run the drone up along an office building. So generally downtown, you couldn't fly because of the hospitals. But you are, and I'm trying to think of the term they use, but it is something like that. You're allowed to climb skyscrapers or office towers, which is really weird. But William was saying, saw in Spindat, you can use a 360 camera if someone was filming you, just prop it and ride by it. It looks so cool. Yeah. Oh, Cleveland downtown. Gotcha. Oh, because probably Burke Lakefront with Cleveland downtown would mean you can't fly a drone. I got asked to do a job. And I think this was another pandemic canceled thing. They wanted to do a big group photo in front of the Rock Hall, and my contact was like, "Do you have a drone?" And I was like, we would have to get cleared by the FAA to take that shot. I was like, a better option? I could bring a ladder and then still shoot it with my higher quality DSLR anyways. But yeah. But yeah, the 360 cameras too, yeah, when you hold them out or even sideways, and it really does, it'll look like it's completely, you're being filmed by someone else. Does the GoPro 360 erase the stick you put it on? I know the Insta360 has, they call it like the magic stick or whatever, and then the app automatically erases that stick. So if you're holding it out in front of you, or well, you'd have your hand like so out of camera shot, it'll actually erase the selfie stick or whatever they call it, like a magic stick or something. I do not have my drone license. I need it because I do make money with my drone, which is technically illegal. I'm always putting the drone footage into other videos, so it's like a very short, like an intro screen, or like in the mural video, it's just part of the video. So the chance of me getting caught is slim, but it's still, the fines are very steep and wouldn't be worth it. I've studied each of the last 2 winters and then not followed through and not taken the test. It's super extensive, as you probably know, Rick, but you need to, you basically need to know the written test that a pilot needs to know. It's just basically without having to know how to fly the plane and do like your hours like a pilot would. But you have to know how runways work, what runway coding means. You have to know how to listen to weather radio, like whatever they would call that, like the airport version of weather radio with all their codes. It is intense. You have to know like ceiling space and the way airspace and air lanes work. It is a ton of information, and the test is not super expensive, but expensive. There's no reason to go take it unless you know you're ready for it. And like I said, I've got notes, I've watched stuff, I've studied, and then I've just never followed through enough. And again, this year, one of my goals is to do that. You don't need a drone license if you're not getting paid to fly a drone. So you only need it if you're getting paid. And it really doesn't change where you can fly at all. It just means that you're legally, if you're a real estate guy, you better get it, because you will get caught if you're doing, that's particularly what you're doing. But Rick says he shoots high angle stuff on a long pole in live view. It's even good for video, yeah. Well, it doesn't matter what the size of your drone is. If you're getting paid, you need a drone license. Small drones, DJI makes one specifically to come in underneath the weight limit where you have to register a drone, which is a totally different thing. Every drone over, is it 2 pounds, needs to be, it's less than that. But it doesn't matter. Every drone over a certain weight needs to be registered. So I always register my drone and I write the FAA number and permanent marker right on the drone. But that's a totally separate thing from having your license. So drones need to be registered. But if you're going to get paid, it doesn't matter how big the drone is. You need a drone license, technically. Abe Kislevitz. He's a skier who does content for GoPro and has some good videos on the Max. Out 250 grams on the drone weight. But no, I don't know him. I will check that out, though. I'll actually make a note so I don't forget. Yeah, I hadn't looked into the GoPro 360 as much as the Insta360R, just because the versatility of that one, how it's kind of a modular system. I thought that was kind of interesting, and that one kind of caught my interest more. But footage I've seen from both is pretty great. I'm not using these, and they're getting hot. Check the oh, huh. Show this. Rick was showing me this photo of an overlap in the comments on, so that's probably on a phone, right? I wasn't even thinking of that because I don't watch YouTube on my phone almost ever, so I don't think of what it looks like on a phone, which that is definitely something I need to move the chat to the other side. Thanks for that tip. That's good to know because a lot of people do watch on phones. I watch on either my Fire TV or my desktop. I think I could do that while I'm live. We've done this before and it's worked out real well, but let's see. I will go to too lazy to switch platforms. Yeah. You crashed and totaled one drone and flew another into the river. I crashed my original Mavic, and we actually did a live stream about it, but I think that was back when it was just mostly me and the two Bens. I was doing a backward shot from a mural on the side of the Civic Theater downtown, and I had both sticks pressed at full. I wanted it to go as fast and backwards as I could to get this cool backward zoom out shot, and I let go of the sticks because I lost visual on the drone, and it kept going. There was some kind of malfunction, and it flew into if you know Akron at all, the Cascade, now it's called the PNC Tower, the tallest building downtown. Hit that, fell, and there's like a wider first floor, and landed on the roof. And I had to go into the lobby and ask for the maintenance guy, and he had to go up on the roof and get it for me, and it was trashed. I've never even tried to fly it since. Are we getting back into the flared bars because of me and Lanky's anti-flared perspectives last night? Oh yeah, let me try and move that chat over so we could get that. Let's see. Well, one, I need to move the video in the browser to the other side, which I think won't be a problem. The video moves in my streaming software. The chat moves in the web third-party software. think that worked out, huh? Like he doesn't want to wear your stupid flare. Okay, now I just need to move over a little so the chat's not on my face. So that's everything's backwards. Yeah. What was the other copy? The whiskey bars, essentially cow chippers. I think we were talking about those. I may move the logo over there so everything is on the same. Covering my face might not be a terrible idea. No, isn't that where Ben sat all of last night? Behind the chat. How far down the screen did the chat go? Where was that photo? Was that on the stream updates? No. Just chatting. Hey, what's up, Patrick? Where was that photo that you showed me of the stream? I can't. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes, I should move the subscribers and all that stuff too. Or maybe I'll do it like this. My computer is not happy with this. It's bogging it down doing this editing while we're streaming. Seems like you guys are talking amongst yourselves for a minute while I mess around with this anyway, so. Let's go back to. Oh, now the chat, there's no chat in there anymore? Why'd we lose the chat? Oh, there it is. Cool. Yep. All good. That's right. I don't like that spacing, but. So where are we on the bar conversation? The on one midge, but they're hard to get in the US. Richie Venture Max. Okay. Is there a problem? Everything's looking all right on my end. So. I mean, this, like I said, I'd be a little happier with some better spacing, but that's minor details. Anytime I move the chat, I guess it kind of erases it for a minute, but not the end of the world. When I'm working alone on tech stuff, as Aaron will let you know, I do not have a lot of patience at all. This way, I keep forgetting. This is the way I want to go. Oh, so that's how I had it there for a while. Yeah. The chat is upside down and backwards, and Rick keeps trying to put his finger in Patrick's ear. All right, class, calm down. I lost. There was a new message somewhere. Oh, Ben put up a gem of a piece of graffiti from our rubber bowl ride. Comments, thoughts? Better than where Patrick was trying to put his finger. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, now we're looking good. I wonder if I don't need to try this on my phone, but what if when we play it back on a phone, if the chat shows up over there still, or if it doesn't? Because the double chat, I could see that being kind of annoying too. But so what's the next bike build? The next, what I keep wanting to do is get back down into the cave to do one of these streams, is put that friction shifter on the Trek 4900, so the front triple is running on friction instead of the whatever they call those Shimano, or they rapid fire or whatever. But I've cleaned out the internals of that shifter like 3 times now, and it just keeps still just getting stuck. And for a front ring that you don't shift that much on a triple, what is that, a 3x8? I just noticed the idea was just go, Otis and Yonda said just go friction on that side, because the rear one, which is what you're shifting the most and where you really want the index shifting, works fine. So I think that'll be the next project for a live stream. Now, I don't really have a bike build planned out, but I didn't completely finish the look yet either. I figured it made more sense though to get the Trek that shifter changed out, because I actually ride that in the winter, and the look is total going to be a pavement queen, obviously. So but yeah, I just need to figure out how to get that campy group set up right. Yeah, and you know, I do know how to fix those Shimano shifters, but if it just keeps going backwards and not backwards, I read the comment while I was talking. But if it just keeps getting gunked up again, it's like whatever's happening there, it's just not worth it, especially for the way I ride that bike. And I cannot get it to go into the smallest ring in the front, which is rare that I need it. But when you do, and you click that indexing and it doesn't go down there, it's, you know, it usually means you're putting a foot down and walking up whatever hill you were trying to go up. I plan to ride the look? Of course I do. That's the one Yonda said, if that bike ever starts to feel comfortable in any way, stop riding immediately because you broke something. So, you like the booby robot? Oh, from the rubber bowl? Yeah. There was a lot of cool graffiti up there. Those photos I posted to Instagram and in the Discord, those are just the iPhone 12 Pro. In good light, that thing does so amazing for just like social media posts. Yeah, the robot only happened once. I think a lot of you guys were here the night the robot happened. Pretty much this whole crowd, right? Everyone who's chatting anyways. So That was crazy. I listened to that back after. I was like, wow, that was a weird thing. And at that moment, too, it was the most people had ever been watching one of the live streams. So that's obviously when everything's going to go wrong, is when people are actually here, you know. Oh, this is another thing. I was looking at some photos that are kind of cool. This was just a year ago this weekend. But the bike shop in Cleveland, Joy Machines, put on a fundraiser. They sponsor a cyclocross racing team. And so they did this thing called Gold Sprints at a bar in Cleveland where they had two bikes hooked up to, a power meter and a TV. And they did like basically an elimination race. Ben did it. And it was one of the last times that I breathed on a lot of people in person. But I had a video shoot up in Cleveland, went up there, had my rally in the back. I rode around Cleveland, got some food, got a couple beers, and then went over to Mayhall's for this event. And this being a year ago, I thought it'd be kind of cool to show a couple of these photos because it's pretty fun. I should move that, now the chat's over, I should move that over a little bit. But yeah, that's there's when I went robot, that was the highest turnout ever. So this is Woody on the left and Large Marge on the right, racing each other, both guys who were in our original Wednesday night group ride. But yeah, color photo version. But yeah, this was a total blast. You know, I didn't do it. I don't like, as weird as it is that I'm sitting here live streaming on camera, I don't like being the center of attention. But yeah, just this night was just an absolute blast. It's Ben DJing. Oh yeah, he jumped up there to put a song on when Woody got up there, I think. It's me and Ryan Hugh, one of our buddy. It's so crazy now how looking at this, it's like, oh, look how close our faces are, and he has his arm around me, you know. But yeah, you could see on screen like where the green and the red are. That's like, you got to do like a lap, and whoever got to that checkered first. They were fixies too, just fixed gear, like single speed. Oh yeah, the guy on the bike on the right. Oh yeah, that's right. There was a Cleveland. What does Cleveland call their group ride? Oh, Critical Mass. I did that too. So I did the video shoot, rode around on my own, got dinner and some beers, went to a couple of breweries, then went and did Cleveland's Critical Mass, which ended up at the Gold Sprint event. And the guy on the right, I was talking to him. He was one of the first people at the group ride, and somehow Terry B came up, and he was actually wearing a Hotline or a I Give Cyclists a Bad Name Terry B shirt. So it was pretty cool. We got to nerd out a little bit about that YouTube stuff. I love this photo. Yeah, this one too. This looks really good in black and white for some reason. Yeah, anyways, just looking at this stuff in the before times when things were normal and you could hang out with people and go to events. No, it's Ryan Hugh, Large Marge, and Fat Ben. Fat Ben does a lot of riding too. He's up in Cleveland. He doesn't post YouTube, but he posts a lot of Instagram riding stuff. Yeah, William says Detroit does Critical Mass too. Yeah, I think it's a nationwide thing, right? A lot of cities do it, I believe. PPP still hasn't watched any of Terry's stuff. Got to get on that, man. Yeah, in Akron we had Akron. We did. I don't think there's been a Critical Mass. They do Akron Bike Party, which is very similar. You know, just a group party pace group ride. You know. Yeah, I was just reflecting on that, and yeah, some of the big group rides are fun. The Cleveland one was a little bit unorganized. Like the group didn't really stick together after a point and stuff like that. And at some point, I just rode to Mahal's. I didn't wait up for anyone, and a few other people did too. Akron Bike Party tends to stick together really good. They do a lot of waiting up, which also in its own way can be kind of annoying. But that's what you get in a big group ride. This is what happens. You're going out for fun. You're not going to get a workout. You're going out to socialize and ride bike with a bunch of people, maybe meet some people and all that kind of stuff. But I like to, with Akron Bike Party in the end, we used to do the whole things, but in the end me and Ben we'd go out. We had this thing where we'd go find a dive bar we'd never been to, get a couple drinks, then go to Bike Party, ride it for a while. And then if it was too much waiting up and stuff, we'd just go off and do our own ride, or maybe riding out to the bar, getting miles in that way. So then once we got to Bike Party, it was more of just a chill thing, and we already got a good ride in for the day. But one of those things too that now that I can't do it, I miss it a lot more than I would have ever thought. How Lanky used to do the one in Chicago. Did you live in Chicago or go to school in Chicago or anything? Yeah, I see what you're saying there, Ben. PPP says, I did the one in Portland for a while, but then it turned into cyclists just trying to piss off cars, and I wasn't really into that. Advocacy, sure, but being a prick, not so much. Yeah, our friend Carl, I think we've talked about him before. He works at Earthquaker Devices. They make pedals, who rides with us. I remember him saying once, about passing a couple cyclists who were like really pushing the two abreast thing. He's like, we drive cars too. Like, I don't know if all of you do, but I do, and most of my friends also drive cars when you have to. And it's like, so we also know what just respect for each other is like, and mutual respect. Akron Bike Party, we would definitely take the lane through downtown, where cars shouldn't be flying down Main Street anyways. But then when we got in the neighborhood, even when it was a big summer group of 100, 150 people, it was like, yes, move over when you can. It's still being respectful. I do think you have there are times to take a lane and take the space. I definitely do that on like steep downhills around town, and especially in the winter when I need my space. I move so a car cannot pass me right at certain times. But yeah, I'm a motorist and a cyclist and a pedestrian, and I want them all to work together. So I would not appreciate that either. And the Cleveland one too, no one was doing that. It wasn't about. There was not an attitude of trying to piss off the cars or, prove a point in that way. Linky lived and worked in Chicago. Like you said, Chicago was like that borderline anarchy on the highway. There were always people we had to, with like Akron Party, who would like kind of take advantage and be in the other lane, but a lot of people tried to like rein them in, like, hey, move over. But it wasn't. But Akron's Bike Party wasn't even so much like the cycling community. It was like more of the city rider type people who showed up a lot. I don't know. Maybe Large March has a perspective on that. Slow roll in Detroit. I've heard of slow rolls even besides Detroit. So I know about not Detroit specifically, but yeah, I have heard of slow rolls. I've got my mic sitting in front of this chat. It's annoying. Move my monitor over a little. Patrick says that was the point of the Athens courteous mass, not to be in your face to motorists. They even got the mayor to start going to their rides. Yeah, I think there was a couple times when Bike Party might have even, was that Bike Party? No, we never were involved with the police. But yeah, we rode to the mayor's house, which is actually Akron's mayor. But where I live in the Falls, I'm right on the border with Akron. We actually rode by, and he's a cyclist, and he came out and he like talked to everybody and stuff. It was kind of cool. But yeah, Bike Party was definitely, we had like, there's music playing, like the guy who started it he had a wagon with a bunch of big speakers, and it was more about having fun, and we would go all through the neighborhoods more. So they'd kind of pick like this part of town to ride through the neighborhoods. So we weren't blocking up the main streets that much. Not that Akron has that many anyways, but so it was more about like cruising through, and then people would come out and wave and like, what is this? And like get really excited. So it was just supposed to be a fun party thing. It wasn't even supposed to be an advocacy thing anyways. That was never what this one was. And Missoula's critical mass was an all-out good time. Pretty awesome turnout for a small city. Nice. Pudgy says in Portland at times it was essentially shutting down main roads. Yeah, like I said, we did do that like in downtown Akron on Main Street. I mean, as everyone's starting up, that would just happen. I mean, if you have 150 cyclists, you have 150 cyclists. But it wasn't the goal. And again, you're only slowing down a person's night by 2 minutes. Our Main Street in Akron in the downtown commercial district is not even a mile long, you know, so. Yeah, Portland, Maine. I knew you meant Portland, Maine. The first woman I dated lives in Portland, Maine. We're still friends, and I talk to her. So she's always told me to come up there, even, you know, but I just never made it. I really want to because it looks so cool from the pictures she shows. But Rick said, "Do cars get pissed off?" It seems far-fetched, almost science fiction. It's so ridiculous, man. Even for me riding down kind of Akron's, well, other north-south bigger artery, which is Howard. And I'm coming up to a light, it's red, and the way the cars just try and race around me like they're going to be screwed if they don't get ahead of me. And sometimes when they get behind, I've been honked at a red light, and I turn around, it's like, are you trying to run the red light? Because if you're not trying to run the red light, there's no issue here. Nobody has been slowed down. But yeah, I mean, everyone here in this chat is a cyclist, and so we all know this stuff. So I'm preaching to the choir, but oh, Lanky was talking about Portland, Oregon, with the naked ride. Gotcha. Yeah. Did I miss that one? Yeah. Portland naked ride. Yeah, that'd be the Portland that everybody knows about, not the smaller Portland, Maine. Hey, no shame in forgetting where everyone is from and lived and everything like that, especially just from reading live chats. Who sent me, Cleveland did like an underwear ride a few years ago, or like a ride in your skivvies. And I don't know if it was tied in with the critical mass or if it was like a world naked bike ride day. I think there's some kind of thing like that. Someone had sent me a message like, oh, you should go to this. And I'm like, yeah, no thanks. That's not, I mean, I'd go, but yeah. Naked crits in New England? Huh. Is that really a thing? Oh, there. This photo Ben popped up. I actually, Ben, added the video I'm taking. I'm showing these kids my GoPro right here. I know I'm jumping around like always, but I actually added this little bit to the outro tonight, so you'll get to see it. The stuff I'm filming with these kids, it's pretty funny. Oh, Rick posted another video. Cool. We'll have to check that out. I'll have to check that out after. Nice. Oh, we got some Bowflex. In case you really want to know what Bowflex looks like. Some stills from a little bit of that. Anyone who's not in the live stream tonight, who's just in the Discord, is really going to be confused by this section of photos. You know, while I'm showing these Bowflex photos, speaking of the naked thing, like any naked thing, our one friend who rode with us for a summer, he lives up near Toronto, in Hamilton now, but he was even riding without his shirt on. He always rode fixies. I think the one he had just built up, he was riding that night was a Schwinn, irrelevant to the story. But he was riding without his shirt on, and we came on the towpath, which is the crushed limestone, typical bike trail. We came around a corner, and he overcooked it a little bit, and I can't remember if he went over the bars, but he wiped out, and as you can imagine, the road rash or limestone rash you get. And so to me, it's like anything naked and bikes and any kind of sports just doesn't make sense. Because I can't remember who it was, if it was Wes or if it was Ben when he got up, that it's like, and that's why we wear clothes. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't really. Oh, thank you out. See you, man. Cheers. But yeah. Do I have photos from? Someone has photos from that night. I don't think I am the one who has them. But were there 2 wrecks that night? I think it'd be on Instagram, not on Flickr. But not what I'm talking about, but there's Dave Daly too, riding with us. When is this? 2015. Huh. Oh, that is Michael. That's not the night, but he's the guy with the red hat who wiped out with no shirt on. No, that's a Rowley. That's an old Rowley that he turned into a fixie with the bullhorns. 2 guys on bullhorns that night. We got Bergie on that. Is that his Cinelli? Ben bought that bike later, if that's what that is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I love the color of that bike. Flip-flop incident. Yeah. When Erin first was going to ride bikes with me, she was like, she's like, has this thing about weird tan lines. She's like, could I ride in flip-flops? And I told her absolutely not. It's like tennis shoes. You're going to ride in some kind of tennis shoes. So flip-flop. Yeah, I always see that, like the guy who does, I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram, the guy, and he just put out a video for Crust, which is hilarious. The I Hate Bikepacking guy. I always watch them ripping around in flip-flops. I'm like, no way. No way. There's a time to wear shoes, which is all the time, unless you're at home. But definitely when you're riding a bike. So, oh, Bear Claw. I missed the Bear Claw comments. Oh, nice. Oh, we were talking about dream bikes, and I think that's what you said it was. William said a buddy of his organizes the bike packing sucks. Yeah. An underwear. Where I lost my train of thought. An underwear ride. Yeah. No, thank you. Full clothes over here. Like I said, I didn't even wear shorts for a long time. Yeah, the ultra romance thing with the flip flops, and I get those people out west, like even doesn't Russ ride in the Crocs and all that kind of stuff. Not my cup of tea, man. Yeah, I'm a shoe wearer, shoes and socks. Oh, you're saying bikepacking sucks is the Instagram name account. Yeah, check that out. He's flip flops and very short shorts, and not cycling shorts. Just very short shorts. Same, yeah. The ultra romance, same thing. But they're all kind of crust guys too. They're all in that same category. But yeah, that new crust video was pretty funny with the bikepacking sucks dude. Oh, this is a great photo.
Okay.
This is our friend Andy Shermack. And this is a bar that's now the Magic City Brewing that we go to a lot. But back then, this was owned by Tim Ripper Owens, who the movie Rockstar is based on, loosely based on. But the guy who became the singer for Judas Priest, who was just in a Judas Priest cover band, is from the Akron area. And this was his bar, and it had a patio right off the towpath, so that's why we went there. But this guy and some of his friends who look like pretty tough, like biker dudes, came over. But Andy was on a fat bike, and this is actually the first fat bike I ever saw in person. was just absolutely fascinated by it, but then thought it was going to be so heavy, and it's not. So yeah, totally forgot about that till I looked at this photo. So you lost a big toenail riding in flip-flops as a kid. Never again. When I was a kid, I would ride barefoot. I remember riding my little Huffy dirt bike around with no shoes on. And I think they were plastic pedals, but they were still rough. I had one plastic pedals and a later one, the nicer one, because I got a little older, had metal pedals. But I definitely ride them around the neighborhood without shoes on. But yeah, as an adult, there's no time where I'm not wearing tennis shoes. If you're casually cruising slow, you're not against flip flops. Yeah, like anything I ever say, teach their own, but no way for me. It doesn't matter if you're casually cruising; you can still have an accident, in my opinion. For me, but. What time is it? Oh, did you guys? The other thing worth bringing up was that microphone Danny posted. He's streaming live right now in the Discord. He's Pixel Wolf. When he chats on here, he's Danny. But he put up this. He put up this microphone deal. If any of you guys are like, and it's like more for like a desktop type thing. But if any of you guys are interested, it actually worked. A bunch of us ordered, or 3 of us already ordered it. Go into the just chatting section and hit his Amazon link, and you put in that code, and you get a microphone with a stand for $7. He posted that. It's so cool. I just wanted to put it in there or bring it up on here. But Ben posted. Oh, Ben has the photos from the night where our friend Michael went over the bars. Nice. Oh, there's me on my mountain bike when I still had the Rock Shocks on it. That's all I ever rode back on. What is Bergie riding in that? Is that his custom bike? Is that custom bike he had? Oh, custom. But yeah, where's the one with? Yeah. So the shirtless, and this is right before he went over, isn't it? Because that's like the area. Look how green everything is. I miss summer. Can't wait. Are these stills, Ben, from your GoPro? I believe they are. Yeah, about the mic, as Pedal Pusher says, if that's even remotely decent, it's a smoking deal. I mean, yeah, you'd pay $6 for shipping on a mic. It's free. Like you said, it's essentially free. Oh, there's Wes. On his Peugeot. Yeah, this is early on in our Wednesday night group rides. Not long after I met Ben. Yeah. Oh, you're running a time lapse on the GoPro Hero 2. Nice. Yeah, and the mic deal, the stand and sneeze guard, yes. They're more than worth it. $6. I mean, it's insane. Yeah, I shot a new video tonight. I don't think I'm gonna have time to edit it. I made a post on YouTube if you guys saw it, but Lanky did his N+1 video, basically saying that you could get away with only 2 bikes, a gravel bike and a fat bike. So I made a counterpoint video, and I told him I was going to do it. He actually sent me his thumbnail so I could have it in my thumbnail. My goal is to get that out tomorrow morning. There's no way I'm going to get off here and get that edited and uploaded in time, but I might do that first thing in the morning so it's up in the evening. So that'd be the next thing I have coming out. be kind of fun. I like the idea of doing like the counterpoint to his video, but it doesn't even end up being a counterpoint because he makes a lot of good points. It's just, can you imagine? I can't imagine only having 2 bikes because, you know, I need a vintage bike in case one of my vintage bikes isn't riding. And then if I don't want a down tube shift, I need a vintage bike with STI levers. So, yeah. But yeah, and that mic, like, go and jump on that. I mean, what's my counter? Well, that's, you're going to have to watch the video. I mean, that's, I mean, obviously there's my joke counter. Like I just went through that. I need 5 steel vintage bikes or I'll die. But yeah. And I do. It is part of the other video, and there's, you know, I said I'll show it, but I still do like to have something that's more of a road-ish bike. Is it necessary? Kind of. To me, I mean, I do like a bike on 32s. The gravel bike does fill that niche. Also, I mean, said Otis, who sold me the Raleigh. You know, you guys saw it just last night. He considers that bike a endurance road bike, not even a gravel bike, really. But you know, I would beg to differ. But that's just the opinion thing. But yeah, I do like the geometry of a road bike when I'm in the mood for that, and I know I'm going to be on fairly smooth roads. And I'm not talking about a high-end carbon bike on 19 millimeter tires. I'm talking about something running 32s or 30s, and I just like that feeling. And I understand, I know all about the the latest research on wider tires and all that stuff, but sometimes just having that feeling of quickness makes you ride faster. And if you're in the mood for that, or if you're going to do some hill climbs, I like being on those kind of bikes. And I think the more nerdy you are about like reading a comment like about bikes, the more you want like each niche filled, which again doesn't go against his argument because it's not necessary for a lot of things. I would disagree on like the fat bike thing because I ride everywhere I go. So to me, to ride a fat bike to get to a mountain bike trail or as a winter bike, it doesn't work because if I'm going to do 25 miles, 30 miles, I don't want to do it on a fat bike. I'd rather have studs on something a little quicker, or a little lighter. But that would be a nuanced thing. And he does make the caveats in his videos. If you haven't watched it yet, I should drop the link to that exact video. Well, it's in the post. So if you look at my community tab, like I've got that link right there. But yeah, subscribe to Linky anyways and check it out. But he caveats it for if you're a racer, you're obviously going to have a race bike. If you're a triathlete, you're going to have a triathlon bike. And if you're a serious mountain biker, you're going to need something that's more capable for doing that kind of thing, But yeah, I have thought about too for touring, like touring, as Otis made fun of me last night. Like this year, do I just set up my Raleigh to be able to do that more? But I like doing it on my vintage Trek. If it's going to be smooth, like Ohio to Erie, or if we did New York, which is on 32s, I'm pretty fine on like even like most crushed limestone or gravelly, but not chunky gravel type trails. So to be on like the vintage bike, I like it. But then again, Ben's riding his Gorilla Monsoon on those rides, and he's totally fine too. So yeah, I don't know. I also like the look of me. I like the look of vintage bikes. I just think they're cool, and I like the big frame triangle, which is practical if you're going to run frame bags. Like I said, my tent poles fit into the frame bag in my Trek because it's a 60 with a big triangle. So. Anyways, I think I might call it. What time is it? 10:30 about? Yeah, I'm tired from last night. Pretty low on beer. And on this beer, and I don't need it anymore. So appreciate everyone hanging out again 2 nights in a row. It was fun. And like I said, hopefully if things go as planned Tuesday, maybe we'll put that friction shifter on and you guys can help me out. So yeah, all right, dudes. I like that the description in my chat window thing of that is, you got this, elbow cough, good vibes. That's pretty much everything. Oh man, Charlie just got here at the last second. All right, dudes. I will see you. Well, there'll be some uploads, but I'll see you live on Tuesday.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this time.
Fitzwater photo.